A little while ago, I spoke about the worst Mortal Kombat characters. This ranged from unpopular characters to actually terrible characters who should disappear forever. Get them away from me. It was a fun video, and several people in the comments asked me to cover other games, like Street Fighter for example. In the past, I did cover other fighting games. One glance at my channel and you can see that. So yeah, let's talk about Street Fighter today. Specifically, the worst characters in the series, from unpopular to weird or just boring, and then characters who should disappear forever. Just delete them from history. Fair warning, this video will have opinions, so get ready. I myself have a decent knowledge of Street Fighter, but I'm not a super fan, so I could get some facts wrong here and there, or I won't know obscure facts about certain characters, like how Gen once saved an orphanage from bears that were on fire, or maybe Abel is interesting if you read the Udon comics. I personally never have. Love the artwork though, very nice. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. If you love Street Fighter or simply enjoyed today's video, please leave a like down below after watching. I really do appreciate it. Every like goes a long way. And then for anyone new, I'm trying to reach 500,000 subscribers before 2026. And I think we can do it. So if you enjoyed today's video, please smash that red button. Let's reach 500,000 subscribers together. Alright everyone, without further ado, let's begin. Okay, here we go, the most hated Street Fighter characters. First up is the delete row, and I'm putting Rufus here. This character is awful. Unless you're Japanese or understand Japanese culture, you don't even get the inside joke that is Rufus. He's one massive inside joke, and I'm not kidding. Rufus is an extreme parody of American people who obsess over Japanese culture. That's what he's supposed to be. Otherwise known as a weeaboo, I think. And for a fun fact, Japanese people who obsess over Western culture are known as Westaboos. But point being, if you don't understand that, then Rufus is mind-boggling to you. He looks ugly, his gameplay is super goofy, he's basically unappealing in every way unless you understand that inside joke of what he's supposed to represent. And honestly, I think Capcom missed the mark, but it gets even worse when you learn who this character was originally. That's right, originally Rufus looked like this. Yeah, and his name was King Cobra. He was always gonna be the rival of Ken Masters, for some reason. Ken already has a rival, his name's Ryu, main character in the series, but Capcom said nope, give him a new rival. We got King Cobra at first, then he was scrapped for Rufus. Man, what could have been. Next up, we have the very lame tier. Junie and Julie are both going here, get rid of them. They're two of Bison's dolls, and honestly, outside of Cammy and Decapre, I don't care about the dolls. For the most part, they're bland and uninteresting, and that's by design. Bison's dolls are brainwashed puppets, hence the name dolls. So it makes sense for them to be boring. I'm just saying never bring them back in a future game. I don't care about them. Next up is the boring tier, which is a step down from lame, but still the characters are uninteresting. I think Abel is perfect for this row. He's one of Bison's clones that escaped and he was brainwashed, forgetting all of his memories, and as a result his personality is dull as dishwater. He comes off very childish actually in Street Fighter 4, which I guess makes sense. His memory was erased, so he's relearning everything kind of. Real quick side note, his gameplay is fun. I love how he plays, I just hate the character overall. And it looks like Capcom agrees because Manon is from France, just like Abel, and she does MMA mixed with Jiu-Jitsu, similar to Abel, but Capcom added the ballerina aspect to make her more interesting. And she's also a fashion model. Street Fighter 6 characters in general are very complicated. Unlike Abel, the guy's just boring, go ahead and get rid of him. He can be in the background, that's fine, or appear in story mode, I'm okay with that, but never let him take up a playable slot again. Alright, time for the redeemable tier. I think Necalli is perfect for this row, because this character was cool, man. Both his gameplay and his story lore was all super fascinating, and when you look at how Capcom marketed this character, it really does seem like he was meant to be a big character, right? A big villain, or at least a huge rival, a major antagonist. Every trailer and cinematic, even the game opening, makes you think this, but then in story mode, he does nothing. This character is a jobber, losing to everybody. To this day, I'm flabbergasted how they treated Necalli. The man was fumbled so hard, they pushed him big time in the trailers, then did nothing with him in the actual game. So that's why Capcom needs to redeem him, bring back Necalli in a future game and actually use him in story mode, let him do something. Alright, next up is the unpopular tier. I think Eagle is perfect for this row. I'm not sure which game he debuted in, let me know in the comments, but I've always wanted him to come back. I see YouTubers playing him every now and then during throwback videos, and I think to myself, this character character should come back. You know, he's not very popular, but I want him to return. Alright, time for the bring them back tier. I don't want this video to be only negative, so this bottom row is for characters that should come back. Dudley, why is he not in Street Fighter 6? I don't like Ed, alright, I'll just say it, and I know he's the reason that Dudley's not in Street Fighter 6 because the man stole half his moves. With that said, Ed is a new character, right? His gameplay is mostly different, but still, he's the fast, nimble boxing type, right? He's not a bruiser who moves a bit slower like Balrog. He's the quick moving, methodical boxer with quick jabs, backdashing mobility, all that stuff. And I'm sitting here thinking, that's Dudley! Just put Dudley in Street Fighter 6 instead. Why did you give us Ed? Nobody likes him, Capcom. In fact, he's very similar to Abel, a planned clone for Bison that was brainwashed and then escaped. His origin is almost identical to Abel. And personally, I just think Dudley's better. Bring him back. Alright everyone, that's about one character for each row. Now it's time to move a bit faster. In the delete tier, let's talk about 11. Get him out of here. I was so blue-balled by this character's reveal. I thought that 12 was coming back, but nope, he's a random select character. Every round, he changes to a different character, which is so lame. Why did Capcom even waste time and money on this character? Either give us 12 or don't, alright? Delete this character, get rid of 11, never bring him back. Next up is El Fuerte. He's a huge ripoff from a King of Fighters character, just saying. But then we have his personality, which is interesting, to put it nicely. All the dude's attacks revolve around food because he mixes fighting with culinary arts, which is interesting, but also kind of bizarre and a bit too goofy for Street Fighter. Don't get me wrong, Street Fighter has goofy characters, but El Fuerte just feels too goofy and his gameplay is straight up stolen from a different series. Next up is Fang. I never hated this character, but Aki is so much better. Like, holy hell, Capcom, you did a fantastic job taking Fang's gameplay gimmicks and giving them to a much better character, who's far more interesting and easier on the eyes. Next up, it's time for two more characters, Lee and Mike. Judging by the artwork here, I'm guessing they're from the original Street Fighter, which means they were never playable, and I say keep it that way. They're too generic looking to ever come back. For Pete's sake, Mike is clearly an early version of Balrog. Next up, in very lame, we have Retsu and Joe. These characters are also from early Street Fighter games, and I think it should stay that way. Oh boy, this next character is gonna get me in trouble. Hakan from Street Fighter 4. Listen, at the time, I did not hate this character. I thought he was fun, goofy, he fits super well in Street Fighter 4 because El Fuerte and other goofy characters. But the series has grown up, okay? And while I do appreciate Hakan for having a weird look and very goofy gameplay, the reality is his whole gimmick is oiling himself up and being slippery. Alright, that gimmick never needs to come back. He was perfect in Street Fighter 4, keep him there. Alright, time for the boring tier. Remy, this man is a clone of Guile, like straight up. He's a bit different in subtle ways that makes him somewhat interesting, but I say either revamp him and make him much more different from Guile or forget him forever. Next up is Guy. He's from a side-scrolling beat-em-up series. Not a terrible character honestly, but not interesting enough for Street Fighter, I'll keep it real. We got Kimberly in Street Fighter 6 instead, which I know blue-balled a lot of fans who prefer Guy, but honestly, Kimberly's just got more going on. Then finally, to end this row, let's talk about Kage, aka Evil Ryu, but just more evil. He's the spirit of the Satsue Hado itself, apparently, but for some reason looks just like Ryu. I'm not sure why canonically he looks like Ryu instead of Akuma, because that man mastered the Satsue no Hado, but yeah, essentially Kage is an evil fighting spirit personified. Not sure why he looks like Ryu, but here we are. Honestly, I don't hate Kage's gameplay. It was fun. He felt like a Marvel vs. Capcom character in Street Fighter. It was hilarious. But appearance-wise, he's just Ryu, and he feels like evil Ryu, so just give us evil Ryu, why not? Alright, the redeemable tier, Adon. Originally, I had this character in boring. My friends told me, no, he's not boring. He can be redeemed, so there you go. He's in this row. His fighting style is Muay Thai, just like Sagat. However, his gameplay is very different from Sagat. So bring him back, but change his wardrobe. It looks way too similar to Sagat. Make him look more unique and interesting. Next up is Falk. I'm mad that we got Ed instead of Falk because she feels way more original. Her weapon is different, her playstyle is zoning and keep away, which is rare for Street Fighter. Then you have Ed, who's a boxer like Dudley, only with psycho power. I think Falk was way more original, and yet Ed got in Street Fighter 6 over Falk. That bothers me. Next up is Saddam. I like this guy's look. His name apparently is problematic, and I understand why, but he looks cool, come on, and his gameplay could be fun as well. Finally, to end this row, we have Necro from Third Strike. I'm kind of surprised this man didn't come back for Street Fighter 5 because because that game had tons of Third Strike characters. The man is stretchy with rekkas and mix-ups and lightning powers. That's really interesting. He takes care of a little girl. That's a cute little quirk. Although according to my buddy, he was trying to date that little girl. If that's true, Capcom, delete this character forever, alright? Get rid of him. Okay, the not popular tier, Lily. I don't think she's coming back. It was a fun gimmick for Street Fighter 6, but let's be real, we all prefer T-Hawk. Then we have 12, my boy. I love this character. I think 12's gameplay and concept is super original. Just give him a personality and you're golden, Capcom. He'd be a great character, instantly beloved by everyone. Then we have Maki. She's a ninja character like Guy, but a bit easier on the eyes. And come on, Street Fighter needs more ninja girls. Let's go. Oh snap, I forgot about Geki. This man's meant to be in boring. He's Vega, but a boring ninja, whereas Vega is actually interesting and unique and original. Geki is not. So alright, time for the bring them back tier. Let's finish it up real quick. Makoto, why was she not in Street Fighter 5? Come on, put her in Street Fighter 6. What are you doing? Her gameplay gimmick is being aggressive. That's Street Fighter 6 in a nutshell. Why is she not there yet, Capcom? What are you doing? And also Sean. People were talking about this guy on social media very recently because there was a mod that put him in Street Fighter 6 and people started saying, why is he not already in the game? You teased him in Street Fighter 5. Then finally we have T-Hawk and Fei Long. T-Hawk's been replaced in Street Fighter 6, so he's not coming back until the sequel, but Fei Long still has a chance. I understand he feels lame by today's standards, but he was the original Bruce Lee parody. That's his gimmick, and he was the first one to do that. If he was revealed today, right, as a brand new character, that would be lame, but for his time, he was the original Bruce Lee character. Yet Capcom didn't put him in Street Fighter 6, which is wild because that game revolves around masters of certain martial arts, and this is the master of Bruce Lee's Wing Chun fighting style. So yeah, bring him back. He was perfect for Street Fighter 6. It's already an injustice that he's missed out for this long. Now, alright everyone, there you have it. My tier list for the most hated characters in Street Fighter history, and of course the characters I dislike as well. Some characters are boring or very lame, while others are not popular. Then you have delete them forever characters, right? Get them gone because they're just too weird. Thanks for watching everyone, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. It helps the channel out a ton. And then finish that combo by subscribing and ringing that bell so you never miss any future videos. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.